An excellent teacher not only conveys knowledge, but also creates a passion and hunger for learning in their students. Dr. K.K. Muraleetharan, or Dr. Murali for short, seeks to light a fire for lifelong learning in his students by being a teacher who is enthusiastic, relevant, and caring. Dr. Murali is a professor of civil engineering and environmental science at the University of Oklahoma. At OU, he redesigned the introductory civil engineering course to help freshmen get excited about engineering by working on real-world design projects. As a former geotechnical engineer, Dr. Murali shares his professional experiences with his students, working on the seismic design of a port of Los Angeles Pier, or investigating the geo-environmental safety of metro rail tunnels. His enthusiasm for his work as an engineer helps students make connections between engineering theory and real-world practice. Dr. Murali is a caring mentor whose door is always open for students to discuss their struggles and goals. Many students have landed coveted grad school admissions or jobs because of his guidance. Professor Murali is also known for opening his home to students during holidays, so they have a welcoming community of support.
Murali came to us after a number of years of experience working in as an engineering firm, and so he brought real-world experience with him, and he really motivated to have project-driven, where students aren't just learning concepts for the sake of learning concepts, but they're seeing how these concepts are going to help solve a problem and achieve a goal.
So for me, the single most important thing is you have to be excited about whatever you're teaching. So every day you go to a class, students need to know that you're there, not a job. You really like what you're teaching about.
So he does a really good job of engaging the students in class, so it's not passive. And those conversations are a really good way for us as the students to learn the material, and that opens the floor for questions and makes it easier to ask questions and clear any confusions we have.
Asking questions meant that you were thinking. So in some ways it was we don't want to disappoint Dr. Murali because he's so happy. He wants this for us.
One of the pictures I have of Murali is walking down the hall and seeing his office door open and him sitting at his little round conference table with a student one-on-one. And that just is a picture of Murali and his passion for working with students one-on-one and mentoring them and helping shape their future, their career.
You can touch somebody's life. You don't even know you have touched it, but they will remember for the rest of your life because you have been there.
For Thanksgiving, he brings in a lot of international students, right, that don't necessarily have a place to go. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving traditionally, so he brings in those students and has a Thanksgiving dinner for all of them.
And my wife loves cooking, so she does all the cooking, I do the cleaning. So we typically have 30, 40 people, mostly students, friends, and so it's a nice gathering.
Bringing folks in, saying you're part of this family, let's share community, let's share time, let's be together supporting each other is really beautiful.
Please welcome the recipient of the Oklahoma Medal for Excellence in Research University Teaching from the University of Oklahoma, Dr. Muraleetharan.
Thank you, Dr. Rick. I am truly honored and humbled to be standing in front of you today in this hall with so many great teachers. I never considered myself to be a great teacher, but always remembered what some of my best teachers and professors said and did, and was more than happy to mimic their techniques and traits when I started teaching at OU 28 years ago. I also learned from each and every student of mine. A question a student asks in a class makes me think about a subject that I have been teaching for many years in a completely different way. In a way, you could call me a good student rather than a great teacher. So my message to all of you is never stop learning and make lifelong learning a habit. You don't have to pursue a degree in a subject to learn about it. You can take a short course or read a book on a subject you don't know anything about. Once you learn something, pass that on to others. As the saying goes, teaching is the best way to learn a subject. You will not only become a well-informed citizen, but also will lead a fulfilling life. Finally, I would like to thank my daughters Ovia and Veena, from whom I'm learning many things now, and my wife Siv Sundaram, from whom I learned how to be a good engineer and a leader. Thank you very much.